And go for it, Joe.
Hi everyone, welcome to FBS Chat this evening.
Go for it, Joe.
Oh, there was an echo there, never mind. So tonight we're talking to some wonderful people from Kibris WorldWide. We'll find out a bit more about that as we go along. So it's Aisha, Hassan, M&A and Metin. Have I got that right? Oh wow, I'm well proud of myself. I'm normally rubbish with names. Let's start with that. What is Kibris worldwide? What does Kibris actually mean?
Kibris means Cyprus in Turkish. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and obviously worldwide because we have members from all over the world. It's not just in the UK or just from Cyprus. So it's open to any Turkish Cypriot or Turkish Cypriot's partner from around the world. That's what it means. And we're basically we're a community group, a Facebook community group. And we started in August of last year. So we've been going just over a year. We, at the last weekend, reached our 3,000 members. So we now have 3,000 members.
Wow.
And we set up the group so we could bring our community together. Obviously, you know, everyone's been going through the pandemic. We were all at home. And it's just a platform that people can share stuff, you know, find out information. And obviously one of our main selling points, should I put it like that, is that we wanted to concentrate on charities and highlight what charities there are in our community, predominantly set up by Turkish Cypriots, but not all our charities are that, but predominantly they are the ones that are set up or involve our community, but obviously other communities as well. So that was the main reason we wanted to. That's why we are existing currently, because that's what we wanted to do, and highlight, you know, not the good stuff that happens as well as the bad stuff in our community. You know, Aisha and Metin and the other Aisha will tell you, Kibris is like Cypriots, Turkish people. Our main topics are food, because that's what we're all interested in.
Yeah.
Now we talk about food a lot. We try and steer clear of like the politics, like religion stuff. Some people do share that kind of thing, but obviously, you know, we're trying to remain neutral. But it's just somewhere that people can, you know, just come together basically and bring us all together. That's what our aims are.
So, how did you how did you all meet and decide, you know what, we need to set up this group to support other charities? How did it start to gel together? How did you know each other?
Do you want to answer that, Hassan?
Anyone can answer that.
Sir.
Go on, Hassan.
You took me off the mic.
No, you're good. We can hear
Wicked.
you.
Sorry, guys. I haven't paid. Yeah, I haven't paid the internet bill, so I'm just on the 3G at the moment. So apologies for that. I'm only joking. How did we meet together? So I mean, so quite long story short. Obviously, I live in Cambridge. Emma lives in Braintree, and obviously Aisha's more Romford, Aisha, London. I call it Greater London. So quite long story short, Ilford, same area, right?
Essex.
So cut long story short, last January, I joined. I don't know if you've heard of it, Turkish Cypriot community in the UK. So I joined there, and Halil, who's the creator who set up that group, he was looking for some admins. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I messaged him. I said, I'll do it. He said, yeah, that's it. Next meeting, I was an admin. I didn't know what sort of come. So yeah, we spent a long time in there doing it. Had really good fun. And then as time went on, you know, we decided to obviously go our separate ways. And obviously Emma joined obviously as well. She had joined Turkish Cypriot community as an admin as well. Anyway, we sort of like decided to all go our own ways, and we went our own way. And I remember sitting down talking to Emma and another guy called Dervish, who helped start Kibris WorldWide up. And so we all started off together, and yeah, we started Kibris WorldWide. We wanted to make it for all the Cypriots worldwide, so any Cypriots that wanted to join could join for us worldwide. and then we had our aims. Like Emma was very passionate about the charity, along with all of us. But she really pushed the charity side of things. Hence why we started Charity Tuesday. Obviously, we had Classified Fridays, which was called Business Fridays at the beginning. Which now Aisha Ismail does quite a lot with that now. Every Friday, we done the quiz and things like that. So we just started off like that, just to bring the community together. And then it's just kind of like expand and expelled. You know, we're quite, as you have seen and known, you know, we're quite, like what's the right to use, we're quite active within the group, you know, and we want to try and help and support everyone that we possibly can. And, you know, it's the enjoyment that we get. I think I'm right in saying it, in I get ladies.
Aisha, what was your driving passion?
Yes. I mean, I joined the group. I was actually a member of the other group, Turkish, the TCC UK, and I was invited to Kibris WorldWide by Emine because I knew her from there as a member, and I was a member and I was quite active on the group, sharing my jokes and sharing my stuff, and then I was actually offered to become an admin. And I was actually quite taken aback and surprised. I was like, oh, you know, something I never actually thought of. But because I could see how passionate Emine and Hassan were, and I really liked their outlook, I thought, you know, let's give this a go, see where this goes. And actually, it's been quite amazing because they're both amazing people. And I'm not just saying this online. They're beautiful humans, and we work well together in the sense of our main passion is all about doing good for our community and doing good for all communities, and promoting kindness, you know, and we need more of that in this world. And it's trying to make our community also come together, and it you know, we're doing some good stuff, thank God, in the sense of working with charities, as I said, and you know, Emina does an amazing support for all of the charities, and yeah, we seem to, you know, we're working really well together, touch wood, and we want to do more to promote more giving in our community and more, and that's what we're all about, really.
What about you, Metin? How did you stumble across Kibris WorldWide?
So, obviously, like many of the stories that you've already heard, I was a member of TCC UK, still am, as a private individual. And then obviously when Kibris WorldWide was also formed, joined that community group as well. Initially, it was exactly what those groups were set up to do, which is act as a community group, a hub to bring people together from other parts of the UK, other parts of the world. It was all really nice, tongue-in-cheek. And then it was really nice to see that initial thing about joking about the community and us coming together kind of turned to what kind of things that we could do within the community, what events are happening, what activities are taking place. And this was all obviously happening while the pandemic was unfolding. So I started my own community grassroots project from my company. So Direct Eco Solutions started Direct Community Support, which is a community program for Enfield, and Kibris WorldWide from the get-go did everything that they could do to support us, to encourage people to participate in terms of donating, volunteering, information sharing, knowledge. Equally, every time that they had an event or a charity run or something that they were putting together, we wanted to get involved as well. So our relationship really kind of spawned out of what the community groups were initially designed to do, which was bring the community together, finding ourselves in this common problem of the pandemic, and then really delving a lot deeper and supporting each other. And, you know, as an organization, Kibris WorldWide, not only have they ticked the box and accomplished their outer goal of bringing the community members from around the world together, but in terms of what their core value is now, of really seeing promoting the good that happens in our community and how to support all of those different community drives, I would say hands down they have been instrumental in doing that, and we wouldn't be where we are as all these individual charities without their help and support. So massive love goes out to all three of them.
And it's been barely a year and you got 3,000 members. How the hell did you manage to do that?
I don't know. For us, we say it all the time. You know, when we're together. Yeah, it's great. I mean, we were really chuffed last week. We're not going to lie that we've got 3,000 members. However, we would rather have 3,000 members, but 3,000 active members, than have, you know, tens of thousands of members who are just there as numbers. And we're really lucky in our group. We have lots of people that are interactive, you know, commenting, sharing, reaching out, especially like to all the organisations that we show. We can see, you know, lots of people interact from not just from the UK but from everywhere. You know, it's great, and obviously hopefully we'll get some more people. The more people we can reach and let them know what we're trying to do, obviously it's not better for us. It's not our group, you know. At the end of the day, yes, Hassan, I and myself, we're behind the scenes and we press the buttons, okay? But it's not our group, it's the community group, it's everybody's group. You know, none of us own this. We listen to everyone. You know, we want everyone to give us their ideas, what they want. We're always asking, what would you like to see, or what is lacking, or, you know, what are you bored with, or whatever, because it's everyone's group. Everyone can have their say, everyone can give us ideas, because we have to try and keep people's interaction going. And yes, we have, like Hassan's mentioned, we have the staples, like the Charity Tuesday, like Business Friday. We also did the quiz. We'll bring that back again. Obviously, you know, stuff happens over the summer, so we'll bring that back. We try and look for new things to do. People, what they're interested. I mean, a little while ago, because of the pandemic, a lot of our Turkish Cypriot community are involved in like the weddings, you know, like weddings, catering, functions, that kind of stuff. And obviously those people have really, really suffered because they've not worked for nigh on 2 years. So then we came up with the idea, which I did do in the previous group, but to do an online wedding fair, just to obviously showcase all of these people that have not been able to work for 2 years. And it was really lovely. We had so many people. It was really, really lovely to see, you know, all the support. People have got work, you know, from the back of it. And that's fantastic, because, you know, we need to help each other. And this is the thing, which I know we'll probably come on to, that us three, Metin and Aisha, no offense to you, Joe, we struggle. It is one of our struggles, trying to understand why people don't get behind each other. We always say it, you know, we've said it to Aisha and to Metin. It's not always about money, yeah. Support doesn't mean money. Always, yeah. Support is, you know, just to like a post or to comment or just to share it. That is your support. People are in bad financial situations. We know, you know, it's bad, but it doesn't just mean money all the time. And this is what our biggest frustration. I know it's for Aisha and you, Joe, and Metin, and us three too. This is our biggest frustration, that we want people to just help each other, you know, just like for what like Aisha said, be nice and be kind to each other. It don't cost anything, it really don't.
And even if we just shared skills that doesn't cost us anything, that would be an amazing start. I am a person totally lacking in skills, but if I had a skill, I'm sure I would use it to the best of my ability. But what drives you for? Why don't you just say, do you know what? I've got my family. We're doing all right. Screw the rest of you. Get on with it. What keeps you going?
Can I start off with that one?
Yeah.
So one of our taglines as direct community support is, for me to win, you don't need to lose. And that's what people really need to start understanding, that this idea of ego, this idea of one-upmanship, this idea of keeping up with the Joneses, that has to stop. Because if the pandemic has got one silver lining, if there's anything good that's going to come out of the 2 years of hell that we've been through, what we need to understand is that our lives can change in a heartbeat. At any minute, something can come along, destroy our businesses, destroy our jobs, pull our families apart, and we will not survive when we try to tackle those problems of that magnitude by ourselves. So what we want to do is we want to make communities understand that we need to start helping and supporting each other before these big events take place, so that those support structures, those support networks are already in place. And then when you do fall on hard times, so like, for example, we were supporting at the peak of it 40 families, delivering weekly food parcels all around Enfield and outside of Enfield. We went as far as Barnet and Waltham Cross, and we had families from all walks of life, from business people that had businesses turning over 10,000 plus a week, to high tier jobs, to people that were on social security already. And what happened? They all found themselves in the same boat. They all found themselves not being able to put food on the table. The government couldn't help them. The local authorities couldn't react quick enough. The food banks were overwhelmed. Sometimes it takes community groups to come together at grassroots level so that we can, and that needs a structure, that needs people, that needs support, that needs money, that needs skills, and it needs bodies. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we haven't given up, we haven't stopped, because the problems haven't gone away.
Yeah. Thank you, Metin. And again, totally agree with what you're saying. But as I think what I was trying to get as an individual, why did you step up? Why didn't you just sit in the background and because I know what you're saying about the community. I think if this pandemic, it's taught me one thing, that the big things that we thought mattered don't mean shit anymore. It's those little things. It's that being tied to the community, being tied to your family, being able to see people in person, being able to hug someone. But what is, I guess I was, what is it about you as a person that makes you want to put yourself out there? And it sounds like it's been a struggle, but you carry on going. Why do you keep going? And that's not a criticism. I'm fascinated, because I think it's brilliant at what you're doing.
For me personally, it's a really simple answer. I want my kids to see that there's a different way of living, and I want my kids to know that they can be part of the solution, and that if they ever needed help, hopefully there's a system and a process out there that they'll be able to get help from. And ultimately, that's it. I just want to leave the world in a better place than I found it, for my kids and all of our kids and all of our families. Ultimately, if that's not what community is about, then I don't know what we're all doing here, to be honest.
Yeah, love it. So it's passing on that that kind of spirit to your kids, so they can carry it on. What about Aisha, M&A? What's your driving force behind all this?
Go on, Aisha, you go first.
I mean, for me, we all have, busy lives. We have, families and responsibilities. And as Em said, it's not all about. We're just for the record, we don't get a penny out of what we do. We're not even a charity, Kibris WorldWide, so we're just volunteers. But we're doing this, I suppose, out of the goodness of our hearts, out of the love from our hearts, and we want to share that. And I know that sounds really corny, but you know what?
No.
This world can be a horrible place, and we actually need more goodness in this world. And that's that kind of what keeps me going. And I totally agree with what Metin says. If we have kids, especially, I would want to try and do what I can to make this world a better place, even if it's just for my one child. And even if it's just within just my small community, because the way the world is going, if we don't do it ourselves, no one has got a magic wand. That's why we need to come together and do this.
And I think especially now, I think one of the biggest, one of the saddest things for me about this Brexit debate wasn't about how much money we saved. It was almost like saying to the rest of the Europe, we're better than you. We can do without you. Do you know what I mean? And it's become horrible. Politics has become shit.
Yeah.
And M&A, what I know.
For me, I'm trying not to cry proper, honestly. You know what I'm like now, Joe. You're used to it. No, just that there's always someone that's worse off than yourself.
Mm.
And we've all been through, our own ways in our own lives. Everyone's, had a drama or a trauma, or our lives. No one's life goes to plan, does it? Mine certainly hasn't. And I'm fortunate and I'm lucky enough that I've got 2 healthy kids, which is the main thing to me. They're happy, they're healthy. And some people aren't as fortunate to have even that. I think people, always aspire to have more. And, the biggest car and the biggest house, and my dad's bigger than your dad, that kind of syndrome. But when we do what we're doing, and you have got to meet, honestly, some of the most amazing people in the last year doing what we're doing. Obviously, Metin and Aisha and you, Joe, are included in that. But we have met some amazing people, and stuff touches your heart. I mean, I'm a softie, as you know. If it's anything to do with kids, it does my head in. Anything to do with, you just can't help but feel for all of these people. And us, we are obviously in this as well. But if we can just, help one person, I always say, if we've helped one person, then we've done what we need to do. Yeah. So we've been able to support one person or signposted them to someone, for example, like Metin or to family-based solutions. Yeah. Then we've done what we're here to do. None of us are going to save the world, because we're not, because we can't. But, community is about being together. Community is about supporting each other. Community is about helping, giving information, signposting, giving that hug. Yeah. Giving that virtual hug that obviously we've not been able to do real hugs for a long time. And to let people know that there is people out here. We always say, if we can't help, if we don't know it, we've got, thank God, we've made friends with lots of amazing people. We've got lots of organizations and people that've got amazing skills and strengths that we can go to and say, look, so-and-so needs help, or there's this happening. What do you think we can do? For me, again, personally, I get so much, I don't know, joy, I suppose, out of it. Do you know what I mean? I love it when people are all coming together, or even like when they're having a row, because, people chuck the toys out of a pram about some stupid thing and they all start ranting, and we're all sitting behind the screen laughing, because I'm just thinking, mate, seriously, you've got nothing else to worry about. However, moving on, okay, and that is the hardest thing, I think. Sometimes you want to answer them back, yeah, but obviously we can't. I do find that frustrating, not going to lie, people. But in general, we are nice people. Our community are nice people, but we just need to sometimes get our heads out of our backsides and realise that the world does not revolve around just us. Yeah, and in order, we have to help others. And like Metin said, there will be a time in our lives when something will happen, and we will need family-based solutions. We are going to need direct community support. We're going to need Wigs for Heroes. We're going to need Taniel Smile. We're going to need Chutter. We are going to need these people, because, like I just said, our lives don't go to plan. So we need to help each other now.
Thank you.
Before we jump onto Hassan, go on, Joe. Go on. Let's not argue with.
Well, Hassan's been in and out like a bloody yo-yo here. He's in 1 minute, out the next. Have you heard what the hell's going on here, brother?
I'm trying to catch up with you. Honestly, I don't know what's happened to my internet.
Hassan's moved into a new house to get better signal.
You know what I mean?
I'm on 4G.
Hang on.
I've rebooted my internet.
Yeah, whatever. We've seen his garden. We've seen his back room. We've seen his front room. Right, Hassan. I was asking the guys, and I'm absolutely blown away and getting quite emotional about how passionate the guys are for what.
Oh God, we've got Eminent and Joe, the two most emotional people.
Shut up a minute. Sorry. Oh my God. Right. So
it's free, and we're good at it, isn't it, Joe? It's free.
Yeah, it's true.
Good at it. It's not been taxed yet, honestly, and I'm going for it. Okay?
Yeah. And what drives you, Hassan? Why do you bother? Why can't you just let things be and be happy with your own life?
Do you know what, Joe? I'll tell you what it is, right? So for me, it all started as, and I'm not going to repeat what I said earlier on, right? But listen, I live in Cambridge. So for my it all starts from my culture, right? Being Cypriot, yeah? And like, there's not many Cypriots in Cambridge. There's actually very few, yeah? I mean, I've got a very close-knit family in Cambridge, you know, but I've never had that interaction unless I go to Cyprus. I never had that viable community spirit. Can you hear that Hoover in the background?
No.
That's a very Cypriot thing, a Hoover in the background, obviously. Your wife's hoovering. That's a Cypriot thing. You got guests coming round later. He's got Mr. Phil coming. That's what it is.
My son's hoovering.
The son's hoovering.
That's amazing.
Mr. Phil,
Must be the girlfriend coming around,
right? So anyway, kind of long story short, so I never really got a chance to spend too much time in my community. So obviously, as I go back to when we joined TCC UK, it was absolutely, I was like amazed by it. I was stuck to my Facebook all the time, and you know, I absolutely loved it. So that gave me a really big push. And then obviously cutting into a few conversations that we've had, you know, like we have got a wonderful community. However, I do feel sometimes some of our community needs to be educated. Yeah. I'm not going to say their head stuck up their arse or whatever. I'm going to say they need to be educated. Right. And so I found it as part of my task is let's see if we can help people, see if we can help educate people, see if we can make people. Just a prime example, you put a debate up, right? And all of a sudden they're slagging each other off, this, that, the other. And I'm like, can't you not talk together like normally and have a sensible conversation like we're having now? You know, and that was one of my things I wanted to try and educate people in doing that. Then obviously when we come to Kibris WorldWide, again was the same thing. You know, I'm a massive believer of, and you can ask Eminem and Aisha, we've had little arguments about this before. I'm like, let people post what they want to post, yeah? Let them have a discussion of what they want to discuss. As long as they're not swearing or insulting one another, let it carry on. That's just my view, yeah? And sometimes these people get carried away and whatever else. But then obviously with the charity stuff, we started doing the charity stuff, you know, and I started pushing it really hard. And then we was like, right, let's do some stuff, you know. We done, you know, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if anyone else explained it to you, but like every 6 months, we spotlight 2 charities on our group, right? At the moment, we've got Tanya, Smile and Chutter, okay? So, like, you know, when we do that, we've gone down, we've met Jehu and Abir and blah, blah, beautiful, lovely people, very inspirational, been through a difficult time. I could never imagine what they've been through at all. But, you know, they're trying to do something. We want to help them and support them. Like Chutter and blah, blah, lovely woman, you know, for what she's in and how she is in a wheelchair, that woman, and she manages to feed 50 people a day, minimum 50 people a day. It's absolutely amazing. So, you know, we was there supporting them. We'd go out and help them, you know, help raise money, whatever it is. And we raised a lot of money over the time for different charities and organisations. And then we all come together and we club together. And it was a bit of our idea. Obviously, we couldn't have done it without everybody else. It was like, let's do a food run. Let's do a mass food run, right? So we done it from the mosque, Shakul Lane Mosque, you know, and you know, loads of us come together, and we fed 400 people that day, and we got the community together. So we got all the charities together, as well as the community members together who wanted to be involved, and we distributed 400 meals in one day. Absolutely amazing that was. We've also done, and you know what was so nice about that for me was bringing everybody together, you know. Obviously after the lockdown and the pandemic, or we were still touch and go, we still brought everyone together. And I'll never forget, we fed 400 people. I said to him and I said, look, let's go. We went to the butchers and we bought some meat, we bought some shish kebab, and we bought something like lamb cubes, shish, and we bought some wings. And while everyone was doing all their cooking and whatever else, well, all the food, everyone was prepping up, people going and delivering it, we were cooking in the jamia at the back in the courtyard, cooking like shish kebab, a chicken, for everyone to come back and for us all to eat and have a chat. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. You know, we partnered up with the mosque, and we partnered up with Hussein Hodges Cyprus Islamic Association, and we boxed up and we sent out how many 80 boxes? Was it 80 or 100 boxes? We sent to Cyprus of clothes, laptops, you know, tablets, nappies, whatever it was, we shipped it out to them. You know, it was part of that real great feeling within us, and we had people come and help us. And you know, last but not least, obviously, we supported Rishid Ramadan Mosque, and where they do their iftar meal, and we supported them. Metin was involved with that one, and we had so many different organisations involved. And we supported the mosque because it was a mosque thing that they do every year. And, you know, again, we served how many meals? 200 plus meals that night. And I remember at the end of it, and there was Ed Gunay, there was me, there was Emin there. I think Aisha might have just left just after that, and there was Metin up here. And we were sitting there absolutely shattered on our feet. It was a Sunday evening. It was about 11:30. I got to get back in the car, got to go to Braintree, or got to drop Emin off to her car. I had to come back to Cambridge. I had to get up and go to work in the morning. And I said to Abla, I'm on Monday. I was like, I can't move. I'm absolutely effed. Do you know what I mean? I can't do anything. I said to her. But do you know what? The humbleness and the beautifulness inside it was worth every minute and every time of it all, and that what drives me to do it. That's what really drives me to do it, because I love it and I thrive off it, you know. And I don't know if we've touched base on that yet, and Hassan's running off talking like the clappers because he ain't done much for the last 30 minutes, but you know, like now, as you guys know, you know, we're now doing a charity ballot, you know, we're taking it up a level, we're doing a charity ballot. And, you know, and we're all absolutely buzzing from it. You know, the support and help that we've had, you know, from the artists doing stuff for us for free, not charging us, you know, from Cypress House preparing all the food for us for free, you know, from, you know, Bidam, who's part of TCCA, and Edem, who's part of TCCA, giving us the hall for free, helping us get the ingredients for the food for free, you know, and we're going to put on like a nice 3-course meal, a meze, cold and hot meze starters. We're going to do fiddin kebab as a main with salad and rice. We're going to do moussaka, a vegetarian moussaka for the veggies, or the vegans, if you want to call them, however it is. And then last but not least, we're going to have some nice sutlu burek, and we're going to have some nice shamali with some nice dondurma on top.
You need to stop talking.
Well, now that you said all of that, now you told me everything that I'm going to get, I'll tell you what we'll do, as well as Direct Eco Solutions. We'll make sure we'll disinfect the venue before, so that it's as safe as possible for everybody, okay?
Mashallah, thank you very much.
You know,
but only if I get the desserts. Only if I get the desserts.
No, the desserts are
I need a dessert.
I'm the chief dessert.
No, I need a dessert.
I'm thinking, where's the wine, guys?
Right, that'll be at the bar.
The Italian. Trust the Italian.
Okay. The drink.
Joe will be beside the bar. I mean, the thing that the one thing that I've noticed, and there's two things that really stick out for me with Kibris WorldWide, and actually with Metin as well. And when I say Kibris WorldWide, you know, I'm talking about Hassan, Emin, and Aish. In the morning, do you know what they do, Joe? Especially Emin. She says good morning to keep tabs on who replies, and if people don't reply, then she worries about them. And actually, I came off social media for a couple of weeks, and in the first few days, Eminem messaged me to say the English equivalent, "Oi, are you all right? Where the heck are you? I'm just checking up on you," right? And she noticed that I wasn't around on social media, and I think you can't buy that. It's just so lovely, and that's such a beautiful community. Also, it's quite addictive. Charity Tuesdays are very, very addictive.
So
I love it. Logging on, right? Who we're going to give money to do this week? I think this is absolutely amazing, and I know that Metin definitely are checking it out every Tuesday. Aish, Hassan, and Emina, we're all kind of on there, and just supporting the charities. But I think it's such a wonderful platform to be promoting. And I mean, it's, you guys don't even know me, and we feel, Joe and I feel like we're at home. It's quite comfortable, because whenever I put a post up, within 2 seconds, shut up. When I put a post up, Joe, I was telling Joe to shut up. When I put a post up, within a few seconds, it's already on your group.
Come back the 2
by
days
one
silence.
of you.
We've got the notification set.
Yeah, I love it. Go on, Joe. You can take over.
No, I did. So you've not met Hassan, Aisha, or Emanate in person?
No.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't realise that.
No. We've met Metin. We've been fortunate enough to meet Metin a few times, and he gives the best hugs. Just saying, obviously COVID friendly. He gives the best. Like my guy, just like,
Yes, he does.
That could be a fundraiser, you know. We could have a hug-a-thon, mate.
Hug-a-thon, how the?
Yeah.
There
Cool.
I'm with you on that one.
So what
Write that
is
down.
what is Charity Tuesday, guys? How can people attend,
So-
get involved?
Charity Tuesday is my obsession. It's my favorite day of the week.
Mhm.
So basically on a Tuesday, what we do as the group, we will go through all of the charities, because we've come to know that there are lots of charities, as I said at the beginning, run by or involve our communities and other wider communities, but initially that perhaps have been set up by a Turkish Cypriot. Okay. And we will highlight what they've done the week before, or if they have a fundraiser, like obviously Aisha was doing the sponsored silence this week. Well done, Aisha, by the way. We will highlight, so I will do a post and I will put the link if there's a donation link, or if they've done something, you know, during last week, we will highlight what they've done in the week. We always let people know what they're about, where they're based. We'll put up their website addresses, their wish lists, because some of the charities, as you know, they require like donations, you know, like food or clothing or, you know, toiletries or whatever it is. So we put up their wish list as well. Any charity, so it can be, we do them here and in Cyprus, not just in the UK. We highlight the ones in Cyprus as well. There are some brilliant charities, you know, obviously everywhere. So we like to highlight them. And then people, you know, hopefully when they see them, we get a lot of interaction on a Tuesday. You know, people will, like I said, like, support, share, and ultimately donate, because that's why you all exist. And unfortunately, I don't mean that in a horrible way, we have to have charities because, you know, there's not enough money. So charities exist for that reason. So people can share their own charities. We always say, you know, or if there's a charity that you're passionate about or you're supporting, people have obviously got lots of GoFund pages. I don't know if you know Joe, and obviously Aisha, you know, about Baby Usset, obviously Joe, because I know Aisha's explained. For example, anything like that, you know, families have had to set up because of, you know, something horrible's happening at the moment. You know, please feel free to share your post. You can post it 10 times, as much, you know, raise as much awareness as you like. You know, we don't charge anything. Everything we do is for free. Again, on Fridays as well with Aisha's businesses, you can post your advert 100 times a day. It's free advertising, but we are trying to raise awareness for these charities, for the amazing work that Metin does, for the amazing work that you and Aisha do, and all the other amazing charities, because, you know, like we just said, I said earlier on, at one point in life, we are going to need to use these charities for whatever reason. And we can't, you know, we would love to, when I say we, Kibris WorldWide would love to donate to every single one, every single week. However, like Aisha said, we're volunteers. We do this because, I don't know, we're balmy or whatever it is, but we just do it because we love it. And unfortunately, none of us have won the lottery yet. So, you know, we would love to support everyone, but it's not feasible. And we want people to put their hands in their pockets, yeah, to support these people that are doing amazing things. You know, you help families every single day, and we know why you started, because you explained. And, you know, our community needs family-based solutions. Metin, the same with Metin. You know, he helps all communities, but they will, and there have been Turkish Cypriot families, because we know, because obviously we've discussed it before. You know, anyone that is in these situations need to know that there is somewhere they can go. But if we don't help and if we don't highlight, these charities won't exist, because they are not the, you know, I don't know, Save the Children. They are not the cancer researchers of the world. They're not getting that money. You know, they haven't got that funding. They haven't got that money coming in. These charities are grassroots charities, majority of them, that people have set up. You know, like there's one in Cyprus that we champion, bless her, they're called FARC. They go around and get, you know, like all the stray dogs on the street and people that abandon dogs. You know, there's hundreds of dogs, hundreds and hundreds in Cyprus. They feed those dogs. They, you know, they've got kennels. They feed them. They look after them. And their main aim is to obviously rehome them. But they don't get any funding from anywhere. In this country, at least, you know, there is a chance to get funding or a grant. They don't have that in Cyprus. They don't have that. I don't mean it's a luxury, but to them it would. Do you know what I mean? They don't have
It
to.
isn't, yeah. We're quite privileged in a way here, aren't we?
To be able
in
to
that
do that.
respect.
If we can shine a light on those people that are doing what they're doing out of, like Aisha said earlier, the goodness of their heart, it doesn't cost us anything, and we get so much. It's so lovely that when we see people interacting, and it's so lovely that people form friendships, and that's how we all become friends because of this. And we wouldn't have met each other probably, or we wouldn't have known who Aisha is, or Metin is, or all the other amazing people that we've met and we speak to, if we weren't doing this.
Actually, who is
Can I just add
Metin?
something though?
Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, so Emina's absolutely right with everything that she said, but what we really need our communities, and when I say communities, I'm not just talking about the Cypriot community, but our communities that see our visibility on social media and what we do, they need to understand that while we are extremely privileged in this country to have the ability to apply for funding, it's not an easy process. It's not a guaranteed process. We are fighting with a lot bigger organizations for a relatively small pot of money when you think about the number of organizations that are out there and what it costs all of us to do the things that we do. So that's where we need community responsibility. That's why we need community action. I honestly do believe that we're in a position now where sometimes the community members see the post that we put out there and they just think, oh, well, they'll get money from the lottery, or they'll get money from Enfield Council, or they'll get money from this group or that group, and we won't. It's not guaranteed. And, I'll use another charity and their fundraiser as an example. Kaz from Wigs for Hero, bless her, is trying to raise enough money to buy a cold cap machine for none other than North Middlesex Hospital. Imagine North Middlesex University Hospital, the biggest university hospital in North London. They have only got one cold cap machine. She, through her charity and the work that she does, is trying to raise funds to buy their second machine. She's got a 10,000 target. With all of the followers that she's got and all of the platforms she shared it on and us resharing it, and we've still only got to £1,100. £10,000 we can't pull together as a community and help one of our members, one of our community members, one of our leaders, inspirational people who's trying to do good in our community. We can't raise £10,000. And what's happening? If those people are looking at that fundraiser and thinking, oh, yeah, well, Wigs for Hero, they're really big and high profile, they're going to get money from XYZ. We're not. 10,000 people donating £1. Sorry, let me just finish this point, Hassan. 10,000 people donating £1 is the £10,000. There are, just in the Turkish Cypriot community, probably around 400,000 now here, 400,000. Out of 400,000, we can't back up one of our Turkish Cypriot leaders, community leaders and charity leaders and get £10,000. I'm flabbergasted that wasn't instantaneous, that she didn't put that out there. And we were, by the way, guys, we're buying 2 machines because we've raised £20,000. That's my worry.
Go on, Hassan.
Can I say something? I've been thinking about this a lot, right? Because I sit there and what I try to do is I always try to look at it from the point of view where we're trying to raise money. Then I always try to look at it to the person that we're asking to donate the money to. And I'm going to say something controversial here, so just bear with me on it. But on a consumer, if that's what you want to call them, or the people that we're asking to donate, they must go on Facebook and they must look and they must think, hey man, every time I come on Facebook, someone wants money, yeah? So I kind of get it from their point of view. Like, obviously I'm getting fed up having to keep donate. But the perfect solution here is, right, and it's what you said over and over again, Metin, right? If everyone just donated £1 to a pot, yeah, and then that pot could sit there and say, Kaz, with donate £1 a month. You've got 300,000 people. Just say, let's talk about Turkish Cypriots alone, yeah? All right, 300,000, 400,000. If everyone donated £1 every month, that'd be £400,000 in that pot every month. Kaz needs 10 grand. You don't have to ask you guys because you donate £1. Tell you what, Kaz, there's your 10 grand. family-based solutions. You're short, you need this, right, we can give you that. You know, direct community support. Right, we were struggling for funding, we're struggling for food, parcels. Right, there's that money for you to go and do that. You know, whatever the situation is, whatever the, well, you know, baby Asia, you know. Listen, now, you're talking big money when you're talking about baby Asia, and there's another baby, mother baby, and they're going to continue to come because they've got no support or help in Turkey or Cyprus, yeah? And no, we can't just sit there and think £2 million, £2 million out to these people because it's just non-sustainable. However, yeah, that, you know, that is the best way to resolve that solution. The problem is you've got to try and find 400, 300, even 100,000 people donate that pound every month. And that is that's the struggling part. And I don't get it because,
well, as you know,
how many people waste a pound?
As you know, Hassan, I put together. Yeah, well, that's it. That's the thing. We put together this proposal and we put it into social media of 1 million people. So, you know, you're right about our Turkish community, but obviously, as direct community support, we support all the communities. So we put it out there. We want 1 million people. We want 1 million people to donate £1 a month. And if you are in a position as a family to be, a little bit more well off, if that's the right word, if you're more affluent and you've got 5 members in your family, two adults and say 3 children, donate £1 for each of that person. So as a family, you then donate £5 a month from that family. We had an aim of that 1 million people donating £1 a month for that very reason. You know, you're talking about 200, 300,000 a month. I was talking about generating £1 million a month into a pot where exactly we could do that. Not being funny, do you know how many people I've got? A handful, and some of you are made up of that handful that have set up and are donating that £1 a month. That's the problem, yeah? Because you are right, there is an apathy. There is an apathy that every time I turn it on, somebody's asking money for donkeys, somebody's asking money for Afghan refugees, someone's asking money to feed people, someone's asking money for this, that, the other. But rather than you be desensitized and turned off by that, the opposite should be happening. You should be looking at that as a human being and saying to yourself, my God, if all of these organizations are having to do this work, how bad is the situation out there for some people? That's the point that's being missed. It's not about, oh, what's being asked of me. You should be looking at it and saying, what shit are other people in that these charities have to exist? I said this from the start. I'm a businessman running a private business. I've opened a charity to support people. I don't want my charity to exist. I want to do myself out of my charity work because I want every family in Enfield to be in a position where they can put food on the table for the parents and the children by themselves. When it comes to winter, which is now literally around the corner, forget about this lovely 3 days that we've had. Some families are going to start making eating or heating decision. What does that mean? That means the bit of money that I've got, residual income that I've got to spend on my food, do I spend that on my food or do I put it into the gas and the electricity to heat my home? There's a reason why between 30,000 and 50,000 elderly people die in this country every year from cold. This is a first world country. This is the United Kingdom, and we have 30,000 elderly people dying because of heating or eating. Mate, we should be ashamed of ourselves as individuals, as a community and as a country that we have that happening. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to exist as a charity, but I have to because people aren't making ends meet. And I don't want people to think that we're talking about scroungers. I've got people that have got 2-3 jobs and they still can't put food on their table after they've paid their bills. So this is what people should be thinking about, not, here's Hassan again asking for money. Here's Metin asking for money. Here's Aisha asking for money. Here's Kaz asking for money. No, we're asking money because there's, I was about to swear there, there's problems out there, big problems out there that aren't being resolved.
Metin, can you put the link up in the private chat of how people can set that up? Because I've forgotten to do it because I was meant to do it last time and I didn't. But also so I can share it.
Well, if people just go to our website, directcommunitysupport.com, there's a link there to set up your donation.
Cool, thank you.
But you know what, Metin, you know, like, going back to what you said, you're 100% right. But do you know something, right? If charities have to exist in this country, yeah, it's our government that are letting us down. It's our government that are letting us down. But do you know what? In this society these days, yeah, people are more worried, oh, the refugees want to come over to our country. and I can go do, and they're not coming over here, and that's their mentality, right? Hold on a minute. Those refugees are coming here for a reason, because they're struggling where they are. They can't live where they are. They can't. But you know what? The refugees can come in. They're going to graft and they're going to work and they're going to do the jobs that you don't want to do. Yeah. Then they're going to go and pick up the litter off the floor. They're going to go and wash cars. They're going to turn around and go and work in a McDonald's or wherever, where some of us think that we're too good to do something. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not talking about us on this chat, yeah. And this is the problem we've got. And you know what? They sit there and they listen. I don't think any government right now is perfect government to be in, and it's a very uphill task, yeah. But you know, I feel that we are going a little bit backwards, and I feel we're in this society where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. And part of this blame's got to lie on the government, on the government step as well.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree exactly what Metin is saying. But however, when it comes to the point, for example, with let's take the Afghan refugees, obviously, because it is the forefront at the moment, okay? And people say, oh, they're coming over here and da da da. Okay, no offense, you know, as Turkish Cypriots, yeah, we don't come from here, do we? And you know, we come from another country, so we are now maybe second, third, fourth generation, yeah. But at one point, our families came over from Cyprus, did they not? Yeah. So they were, maybe because obviously because of the war, whatever going on. So they could have been political refugees, they could have been escaping from the war or for their lives and whatever else. So what makes us as a community, no offense, Joe, what makes our community different from the Afghan people that are coming over here, that are having to come here to save their lives? Because that's what they're coming for. They're not coming here because they were bored where they were. They've got no choice. They have got a choice. They can either live or die. That's their choice. So obviously they've been brought here. Yeah. So when our community, because you do get them in our community, and we see them and we hear them, oh, they're coming here. And yeah, they're going to get all the houses and they're going to get all the jobs and da da da. No, my friends, we are all the same. Everyone is the same. Like I've said, by birth we are Turkish Cypriots. Joe is Italian, yeah, by heritage. None of us are English, but we are British, yes. And I was born here, but my parents weren't. Like like Metin's as well, okay, and Aisha's as well, and Hassan's as well, right? So at one time, you all came here. We all came here. All these, everyone, the melting pot that is the United Kingdom. These people came here from different countries. This is what, as well, upsets us, because there is, everyone's racist. Every community, every culture, there is racism in. And when they use that as an excuse, it does my head in. And in terms of the charities as well, why should I give to them? Because, they're coming here. Mate, we all came here at one point. We all came here. And we've all got That's the end.
It's funny because I had a conversation today with my colleague, and it was weird. I don't know how it even came about, but it was like my parents came over in 1958 after the war and invited to work in the London Brick Company in Bedford because there were no workers there. Then they moved to London, shared a house with other Italian families. You know what it's like. I've got a big house. You can have a room upstairs. Parents worked 2 jobs. In the evenings, me and my 3 siblings, obviously we couldn't be left alone at home. So we went out with mum and dad to clean offices. I emptied the bins, my sisters, whatever, sprayed the top. And at the time, as a kid, I was thinking, God, I could be at home watching the telly or something, or going out with my mates, playing around the flats. But it taught me a work ethic. It taught me that things don't just come and land on your plate, that sometimes we have to work for it. And you're right, M&A. When I hear others saying, oh, they're coming over, you think, wow, sometimes the immigrants are more racist than the people that are here. And you think, shit. So how do we, because I think Hassan's right. I think the government needs to, people like Amazon and Google and people like that, and if you give them a tax loophole, let's face it, they're going to take it.
No, they've already got it, Joe. Let me tell you, President Biden came out 2 weeks ago and said that the top 53 companies in the US have not paid $1 in tax last year. The top 53, and let's talk about it. Who are those top 53 companies? Right now, you're talking about Google, Amazon, Facebook, all of the big companies that we know that we use our money in, we use their platforms. This is not a word of a lie. The cleaner of the offices of those companies pays more tax than the company and the CEOs of those companies. Okay, the cleaner pays more tax. And this recent thing that's just passed, I just got the Sky News alert on the phone to say that they've just passed the national insurance rise. That means once again, the poorest people in our community are going to pay for that which the richest people and the government should already be paying for. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying to you. At what point as a community do we open our eyes and say, actually, the government's not looking after our best interest, our local authorities aren't looking after our best interest, things are going awry, people within our communities are suffering and they've got issues and they've got problems. Yeah, I've just seen here that Family-Based Solutions Dev has put there, we should have a consortium to manage these funds. That's exactly what I've been trying to put together as this umbrella organization, that we have this £1 a month coming to. We generate hopefully $1 million plus a month. It goes into a managed pot with trustees from all of these different organizations. And then what we do is every time there is a problem within a charity or a fundraising issue or somewhere that we need to give support, we have an application process, a review process, and that funding is then. We don't have to go back out to the community and say, we're raising 10,000 for this and 2,000 for this and 5,000 for this. You know, that's what we have to do. But there is no personal responsibility at the moment. We don't take that personal responsibility. People don't until what? Until they find themselves with a parent that's got cancer, or a parent or a family member that's got Alzheimer, or their kids in hospital and needs an operation that's not being funded by the NHS, or if they're in Cyprus, it's not being funded at all, it has to be done privately. That's when suddenly you see the GoFundMe pages and this page. And of course, I absolutely understand that when you find yourself in that position, you're going to do whatever you have to do. But to support those people, we want to make sure that we've got the pot of money ready so that when someone does say, I need this much money to do this, we vet it, we make sure it's legit, and if it is legit, we just pay for it. Done. Finished. Then we publicize the fact that our community members have contributed to this pot of money that's helped XYZ. We have impact reports monthly that go out and say where this money has gone, who it's benefited, what it's benefited, and we're transparent. That's how it has to work.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of the biggest.
Maybe what we need to do in this situation, Metin, I'll be with your, with the £1 donation thing, is maybe we need to come together as multiple charities or multiple organisations, WorldWide and a charity, right? And then just push it hard as one unit, and see if we can establish more. I think it's definitely something that we need to keep with and can continue to beat the drum at it, if that makes sense to you. But yeah, definitely, I think we need to definitely do that, and I think we need to come together as a unit of people who are committed to it, because there's a lot of people that do a lot of talking.
What about
don't do no walking?
Sorry, Hassan needs to go, so I'm just going to say, Hassan, when you need to go. But thank you so much for joining.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for the. And next time, please, I'll make sure I pay the internet bill. And ready to rock and roll. All right?
I'll do a fundraiser for your internet bill.
Yeah, thank you. And obviously before, definitely looking forward to seeing you on the 21st of November.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't forget, be there or be square.
Thanks,
soon. Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks.
Bye, Hassan.
Sorry, Joe, what were you going to say?
Just to as a, because this has been a very, very passionate conversation, and I hope people listening are starting to wake up a bit, that we can't just leave it to the guy next door. Sometimes we have to just get up and do something ourselves. What stands out? What's your proudest moment as Kibris WorldWide that you can look back on and say, do you know what, we did that? That was amazing.
Or for you, Metin, with your fantastic work that you do.
Go on a minute. Pick one. Aisha, pick one.
I can't.
Because you guys have got loads. You've got loads.
I honestly, I can't pick one. Like as I mentioned, obviously, the food runs we did was just amazing. The iftar meal we did was amazing. On a personal thing for me, and I care about everyone, and I love all these charities and all these. But for me too, I think the people that have touched my heart the most is definitely Gulai and Jehun Uzun from Tanya Smile. Sorry. We just, I can't even go there in my head. Obviously, they lost their daughter. They are honestly two of the nicest human beings that we've ever met. Sorry. And I don't know how they do what they do. They're just inspirational. Kaz Fonset from Wigs for Heroes. She's another one. The woman is just like, I don't even know. To go through cancer twice, if that wasn't enough, him up there or down there, wherever he is, or whatever he is, or she is. Obviously, we all know that unfortunately she also lost her mum and her grandmother to COVID this year. And she still does what she does, and she still champions, and she still carries on. She's just phenomenal. Sonny from Edible London, everyone has got a soft spot for him. I can't cope with that kid. That kid, when he starts talking, I start crying. I just can't cope with him. The enthusiasm, the passion, I've never seen in anyone about anything. Like, he's just another level of, I don't know, he's another level. I don't even know if he's human. He's just, I don't mean this in a bad way. He sucks you in. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's going to jump out the screen when he does like a live or on his Instagram or something. It's like he's going to come out of that screen. These are the proudest moments for me that we've been able to meet people like this. The work Metin does, and I know Metin's got family, his son, his mum, and he still does what he does. Aisha has got 2 young kids, yeah? People need to realise that, people work. They also do charity work, okay? It's a 24/7, 365 days a year thing here. Yeah, people can't just park it and leave it. But they've also got their own family lives. They've also got, their own issues, their own troubles, illnesses. It might be financial, it might be mental health. We're all messed up here. These 2 years have messed our heads up, literally. And it's meeting people like this and seeing the drive and the passion and the selflessness. That's what I've enjoyed most about it.
But that's what we see in you.
Yeah.
And Metin and Aisha and Hassan. Yeah, that's what we see in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
No, but and we thank you, but we honestly, all we do, we just want to help each other, and we just want to. Mate, all we do is we put posts up and we make people lol and we tug at their heartstrings.
No. That's not all you do.
Right?
That's not
no.
That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, shut up. But when we see what you all do, and I mean all of these organisations, yeah, it hurts your heart. I'm telling you, it hurts your heart. Some days I'm just drained, man, because I can't cope with all this. You give me a breakdown on top of my breakdown. It's just I'm just so proud. I'm so proud that we have got people like you. I'm proud that we've got people like you. And I'm talking to all 3 of you, and Aisha, obviously, and Hassan as well, that we have people in our community that is willing to put themselves out there to do whatever it takes, to sacrifice their own lives and their own free time and their own pleasure for other people. And, it's a beautiful thing that we have got these people in our lives. It really is. And
Aisha, sorry, Emin, I was just going to say, Aisha Metin top that.
I can't even.
Is the M&S show over? Is the M&S show over now?
Yeah, you leave her alone.
Oi.
Like,
No, I want to see her. I want to see her cry a little bit more. I want to
Mate,
see some tears.
I got to 1 hour 2 minutes, mate. I busted it this time. I
You
smashed my
did
record.
well, actually. You did really well. I'm
Held
proud
it
of
well.
you.
You
I'm
held
proud
it
of
well. Where's your tissue? She's got it nearby somewhere. You know what? It's all of what Emma said, and you know, and more. I mean, for me, you know, there's been many magical moments, and the magical moments for us is, as we said from the start. I mean, it's not about money. It's not about getting anything out of it. For us, it's about what we can do and what we can get the community to do, for us all to come together. I mean, meeting beautiful people like yourselves, inspirational people like yourselves. I mean, you know, Metin, what you do, I mean, I just can't get it. It's just how you do it day in, day out, in the sense of your perseverance, you know, and so challenging as well with what's everything going on, and Aisha as well, and Joe. But for me, like Emine said, I'm getting emotional even just thinking about it, and she's got me all going now, Emine. You know, Gulai and Jay Hanabi, they're just such beautiful people, and you know, it's like what we were saying earlier. You know, these charities, you guys and what have you, we're going to need these charities one day. You know why? It's because, and someone like, I know I keep saying it, like someone like Gulaya Upla and Jay Hanabi, they've lost their daughter to cancer. You know, and she was a young teenager. She was a young soul, and we can't even put ourselves in that situation, but we've met them and we've seen they're still mourning, and you know, this is happening every day, and this is reality. And we meet these beautiful people. Kaz, you know, she's recovered twice from cancer, and she's such a rock. She's such a tiger. She just perseveres, and she just, you know, goes on and tries to help other people, you know, like herself. You know, she's struggling to, like Metin said, it's ridiculous. £10,000. I mean, £10,000 to an individual is a lot. Yeah, unless you've got it. Yeah, if you've got it, it's fine. It doesn't benefit you. But for the likes of us, £10,000, you can't just go ahead and just donate something like that. But £10,000 to a big community is nothing. And if we can't even do that, like Metin said, we should be embarrassed. You know, but meeting, you know, for the likes of all these beautiful people, you know, Miniver Upler as well, like we said, you know, she's in a wheelchair. 50 people a day she feeds every single day, 7 days a week. She does not stop. You know, she's if she's not cooking, she's on live. If she's not on live, she's down the road. She's not down the road, she's in the shop. If she's not in the shop, she's on the phone. You know, she just doesn't stop. But she's so inspiring, and she's got such a big heart. And you know what? I want to know people like that. I'd prefer to know people like that. And actually, you know what? We all need to know people like that and be inspired by these kind of people, not by materialist people online who, you know, this is what I'm wearing. This is what I hope no one takes offense, whoever's watching, you know. But it's about being real. For me, it's about being real. And for what I've seen by being part of Kibris WorldWide, it's about being real. And that's the kind of people in the life that I want to succeed and, you know, to continue with. So that's what it is for me, really.
Oh, brilliant.
Can I just say one thing quickly? I just want to say thank you, right? I want to say thank you to Aisha and you, Joe, because not just every day Aisha interacts with us, especially in the mornings when I say morning to her, but Charity Tuesdays, you know, every week without fail, I'm just putting it out there. Aisha donates every single week to a charity. Okay, every single week.
Joe and I donate together. Yeah.
Okay, every single week. But it's not just about the money; it's the support that you show. The fact that you even asked us to come and speak to you tonight is a really lovely thing, and we all thank you. We appreciate you all. Metin, I love you, big guy. I really do. You are just, I don't know, you do my head in. But thank you for, you know, just thank you for showing us that there are people like you out there. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Your light and your vision and your never-ending optimism that you give off all the time. Yeah. Thank you for that. Because some days it's crap. It's crap in it some days.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do anything. But you know what? I see his posts, yeah, and his lovely green hearts. And when I see a green heart, it proper chuffs me. And his mummy as well, Tulin Ali Abba. Every morning I get green hearts, and she's one of my champion good night and good morning people. Yeah, every single day. And it just shows that, you know, that when I see that green heart, I know it's Metin and I know it's his mum. Stupid, isn't it? But that's such a beautiful thing that we've been able to, you know, share with each other. So thank you for all of you for what you do for all of us.
Wow. Metin.
Wow.
I don't know what's left to say. I'll pick a couple of
energy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know all about the energy now, Joe. A couple of personal, actual moments in what we did as a organization, as a charity, was a couple of things. I had one family whose daughter at Christmas, when we did the Christmas delivery, had a Christmas card and a box of chocolates or a box of biscuits ready for me as a thank you at Christmas when we delivered her food parcel. So I'm delivering food parcels to them, and this beautiful girl has opened the door, and every time we used to press the doorbell, we could hear her running to the door saying, "They're here, they're here, they're here." And she at Christmas opened the door with this present and a card, and it was just, that was amazing. That even in the depths of what they were going through, this kid took the time out to think, I want to give this absolute stranger a box of biscuits and a Christmas card to say thank you. Another personal story was another family who had 3 teenage daughters, and the mum sent me this long message. I think it was maybe a month or so after we were supporting them, and she said to me, thank you, and not for the food within the food parcels, but she said, thank you for giving my family hope and bringing the kids back together. So her teenage daughters used to look forward to the Saturday delivery to see what ingredients we were putting, because we were giving them stuff that they wouldn't normally get, and they would go into the kitchen with their mum, go on the internet and find recipes for the ingredients that we'd given them, and they'd all cook together. You know, and that was worth more than anything else that we had done. Just being told that families who thought where there was nowhere to turn and that there was no light at the end of this tunnel had actually come through that and were now together and being bonded around the most simplest thing, food. That's all it was. That's all we were delivering. Just food, man. Just ingredients for them to make stuff, and that had happened. So that's just some personal reflections on what we were doing as an organization. But me, as an individual, it's been about everything that you guys have said and more. It's about meeting these people where I didn't know that you guys existed, that I didn't know all these things were taking place, that I didn't know there were so many people out there, and specifically for the discussion of today, within our community, doing all of this stuff selflessly for all these other people. And if you want to talk about Sunny and Edible London, I actually spent the entire day with him. I had a meeting with him at lunchtime, and the energy just exploded to the point where he ended up cancelling his meetings, and we spent the whole day together. We went and had something to eat and drink, and we spent the whole day planning what we're going to do as free entities to try to fix this world. And that's my biggest thing, is that I've met those kind of people. All of you here, Hassan, Kaz, Chatter, Munawar Abla, Egg, Hussein Hodja, all of those people just light my heart, and I know that we're going to win because there's people like you lot out there.
I need therapy.
You're in the right place.
We need group therapy, Metin.
No problem. We're going to do a group Reiki session, I told you.
Yeah.
Aisha. And Aisha, top left. Do you want to close this? Because I'm feeling quite emotional. I'm feeling blessed to know you. I can't wait to. Are you all going to this dance in November? Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're organising, mate. So we've got to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I hope they're there.
I expect a big hug when I see you guys, because I think
Oh,
a hug says more than 100 words.
you get a raffle ticket plus a hug included in the price.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Loving that.
Happy with it. Aisha, do you want to end it?
It's quite hard to end it on a I don't know. It's a really weird way of closing, isn't it? Because you just think, wow, after this conversation, you can't help but your brain's just going. But I think I want to say thank you on behalf of Family Based Solutions to both Metin and his organisations, and I'm saying organisations because every time I see him on Facebook, I do something new, which is brilliant. But ultimately with director community support and with the team at Kibris WorldWide. So I just think it's you guys collectively together are so inspirational and separately as individuals, so inspirational. And you do what you do because you believe in it and you know that it's the right thing to do for you. And that's what I love about it. You're not ticking a box. You're doing it because you really, really want to do it. And I look forward to the post, and I look forward to Charity Tuesday, and I look forward to supporting the charities as Metin does as well. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of both Metin and Joe and say we thank you for being part of our lives. And even when times are low for us charities, even just knowing that you guys are posting about us really does lift us up. And it gives us a bit more energy to just keep going. Whether people donate or not, it doesn't matter. We'd like it if they did. But the fact that you guys are there rooting means a hell of a lot. And that's why we don't give up, because of people like you. So really, really thank you. I can't wait to see you guys at the dinner and dance. Hopefully we'll see each other before then. But Joe's actually going to wear a suit.
Am I? Oh, shame.
Whoa. I said it live.
Well, if he's wearing the suit, I've got to wear the dress because he wants the first dance with me.
That's true.
Cool. Yeah. Oh my God.
So
That's
you
a whole
I want you to get in there with a suit first.
let them decide that amongst themselves.
It gives me an excuse to buy a new outfit. There you go.
But as soon as we saw, and this is why I'm saying to people out there, so Kibris WorldWide are supporting Chatter, which is a charity which a lady founded, absolutely fantastic, to support the homeless. And it's also supporting Tanya Smile, which is a charity set up by a mum and dad who lost their daughter to support children in Cyprus where there is cancer. And Kibris WorldWide from their own back are supporting these two fabulous charities. And as soon as I saw the poster, I said, 10 out of 10, we are going, we are supporting, we are standing by these people because that is what community is about. We could have turned around and said, that's not our charity, so we don't give a crap. But that's not what community is. So for us, people, email them, message them, buy tickets to the dinner and dance. Sorry, Joe.
I was just going to say, and remember, £1 a month. That's all it would take. And you can't even, what can you buy for £1 these days? I don't even know. Is there anything? Not much.
Nothing, I don't think.
So £1 a month could support so many worthwhile causes, whether you've been affected by it or not. Like the guys have always been saying, one day we need this blanket, because if we wait for government to help us out, hey, we'd be waiting forever. So let's support each other, and it's a tiny donation. So yeah, this has been amazing.
We'll do Hassan's idea. Get everyone together and put a post out globally for this £1 a month. I think that was a brilliant idea by Hassan.
Hassan can do. I will have to explain this. Yeah. You'll have to explain this to Joe. He can do the tabella.
He can do the tabella, yeah. So you know what the tabella is, don't you? It's that like we have a poster.
In Italian, tabella is a sign.
Exactly.
And speak the same language.
Yeah.
This is going to cause conflict, but the Italians clearly stole that from the Turks.
Yeah, absolutely. Ops.
But yeah, Metin organised it. We'll be there to support and not just not just in, as you know, if I don't feel that I'm useful somewhere, I just leave, as you know. But I'm hoping that I will be very useful here, because
You always are.
actions speak louder than words, guys. So that's what I'm hoping. So any closing statements from you guys, a couple of seconds each, and then we'll call it a night. And Joe and I are out tomorrow night boogieing at the Millfield.
I ain't boogieing. I'm just sitting in a chair. What do you mean boogie? I'm watching a show.
Yeah, you're leaving that for Metin, isn't it?
I'm leaving it for Metin. But once I get started, guys, be wary. You won't be able to get me off the dance floor. So I'm warning you.
For me personally, again, I just want to say thank you. Don't forget Charity Tuesday on Kibris Worldwide. These two amazing charities are featured every single week. We will be sharing that link, which Metin has been speaking about, for the £1 a month. I'll be busting that out about probably 10 times every Tuesday now. So just wait for it. Just thank you. Just thanks for having us. It's been great. Really nice way to spend an evening. I'm off to Cyprus, so I will see you all not so soon. But I'll still be about. You'll still get your mornings. Don't worry. My morning.
Yes. What the hell? Kiss your babies from us.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you as well for having us. You guys always make us feel at home too, and can't wait to see you all in person. Definitely.
Yeah.
At this bubble.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking forward to this bubble, mate. There's gonna be hugs all around.
Yeah.
So from me as well, it's just thanking all of you for the constant support, the constant being there to hear what we've got to say, being there to support what we've got to say, coming up with ideas. That is the community spirit. That is the community in our name. And, you know, you guys have proven that it can be done and it does work. And we just need to now expand that message and get it to more people to be in this circle that we're creating. But thank you for having me on tonight. Thank you for Kibris Worldwide, to everything that they do. But family-based solutions, look at the time, look where you are still, look what you're still doing. And this is what people need to understand about the commitment from family-based solutions. You've got families, you've got commitments, but yet here we are, 8:30, to support other people. This isn't about doing something for family-based solutions. This is family-based solutions doing stuff for other people, as always. So you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Oh. And it's been emotional. It's been uplifting. At times you felt, it's quite sad in a way, but actually I'm leaving here much more uplifted and knowing why we do what we do, I think, to put it in a nutshell. Can't wait to meet you guys in person. I know we've met in person, but you're not as pretty. So
you won't be saying that when I'm in my dress and we're dancing.
Guys, this has been it's been beautiful. I don't know what else to say. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you for everyone that's tuned in. And as you know, this is available on YouTube. And Monday we have a fantastic conversation with a few people from around the world, including with Peter Sarbo, who some of you will know, about climate change, what that looks like, what that is. How can we talk about climate change with our children? I am very, very ignorant. I need to be educated, for one. So I'm just going to be sitting there looking at them saying, oh no, educate me. So that's on Monday. And we have a young person joining us. We have Jonas Wells joining us, for those of you who know Jonas Wells. So we have quite a few people joining us on Monday. And to the team here, Kibris Worldwide, and our Reiki master, Metin, thank you very, very much. Love you guys. Keep up the brilliant work. Lots of hugs in November. If I could ask you guys to just stay behind for a couple of minutes for a personal goodbye. And to the rest of you, au revoir from FBS Chat.